Sometimes as you go along, you just lose motivation. You feel each step you take just pulling you back further and further, and you're just not getting where you want to get to. So what do you do? This weekend at the dojo, we were working on a number of things around. We're building up our showmen, we're putting in some shelves, we're doing kinds of stuff, but we're also trying to repair the garage doors. The dojo that we're in is an old warehouse, and so it has these garage doors. The wind hits them really hard, and so they got these big gaps that push open when the wind's blowing, and it takes away all of our heat. The place stays really cold. Lets in dirt, this kind of stuff. So we want to fix that, so we got these tracks so we can push it. So as they come down, they push the rollers in, and they make sure that door seals really good. And we're like, okay, this sounds great. This seems like the perfect fit. Instructions seem simple. Roll up the garage door, remove the straight tracks, put new tracks on, bring the garage door down. How hard could that be? Famous last words. Let me tell you. We're going along, and as we start to pull all the bolts from the first track, we realize this track is embedded in the concrete. Somebody had poured concrete around it, and it is in the concrete. So we're not just pulling that up. So we've got to stop. We've got to reach out, and we've got to find out if we can cut these tracks and stuff, because it's not our building, so we got to find out. Get permission. We go back another day, cut the tracks, go back another day. This weekend, we're trying to put the new tracks in, only to find out that because they had embedded the tracks into the concrete, it's shorter than it's supposed to be. So the tracks that we have are too long, and well, they're not straight tracks because they're very intentionally designed, so they have to line up perfectly. So back to the drawing board, back to the company to say, what's the best way to go about doing this? And as I thought about this, I kept coming back to this idea of momentum, and how sometimes when we are training, or we are learning, or we are doing whatever it is, we lose momentum. Everything we do sets us back, and sets us back, and sets us back. And it's hard to push through. I mean, how much momentum do you have to already have to lose it sequentially and keep being able to make good progress? So this just kept coming back to me as I was thinking, what should we talk about this week? I was thinking about momentum. As a coach, as an instructor, as a teacher, it's something that is very important that we think about, that we spend time on. And I know it's areas that we can improve. I know that it's an area that I can improve. I know that it's an area that has improved for me before from where it used to be, but can still do more. This idea of maintaining momentum. People come to you to learn. They want to continue to grow themselves. And so one of the things that has to happen is they have to stay motivated to do it. And yes, I get it. Traditional martial arts, it's very easy to be in these situations where it needs to be difficult, it needs to be challenging, and you need to push through. You need to be disciplined. You need to do it even when it's hard. These bring out good things in you. They really do. They build character. But if you don't have the momentum to make it through, it can be really difficult to push. And one thing that I refuse to be is a person who culls. I don't want to push away the people who can't be fully self-motivated, who can't pick themselves up and go. Like, do I want those kind of people? Absolutely. Do I have those kind of people? Absolutely. Do they excel further than the rest of the people? Absolutely. But I don't want to run a gym where if you don't have that ability in yourself, that you leave, that you wander off and you go away. Because if you enjoy this, if you enjoy what's happening, if you enjoy what we're doing, if you enjoy what I'm teaching, what I'm sharing with you, then I want you to be able to continue. And we're all different. Some people can push, some people need push, some people need help. So that brings me to momentum. How do you structure classes and lessons and building of the people in a way that generates momentum, that it continues to build, and that passion builds. It continues to grow and move forward into an excitement to learn more, a hunger to learn more. If what you have are a bunch of challenges that push people so far back that their momentum drops. And then you give them another challenge, and their momentum drops, and another challenge, and the momentum drops. Then what you're really doing is you're putting on the brakes and you're slowing them down. Instead, the challenges need to be things that we can address and grow and move past, but not lose speed. That momentum needs to stay there. If we lose a little bit, there needs to be something that helps bring it back. Just like a roller coaster where you lose momentum as you're coming up to the top, but then there's a drop that accelerates the momentum back to where it needs to be able to handle the next challenge. We need that momentum. This has been on my mind ever since this stupid garage door, but it's helping to show me how I might need to structure changes to improve what we have going in the growth of people and their ability to generate momentum, to handle dissipating momentum, and to continue to build a hunger and a passion and excitement to do more. What do you do to generate momentum?